Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Across the 20, it'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league.
Up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. It's McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodies his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
I'm not sure what it was, Mike, but there was something off about that play from the jump. I'm not sure if it was the body language or the on-the-line of scrimmage communication, but it was pretty clear to me that they weren't on the same page, and I think the result showed.
He'll try to run for it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
A gain of 10 yards.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
He'll run. This is Jordan Mason. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
As you can probably imagine, Mike, this one really burns me. I mean, man, I wish my fellow tight ends catch every ball the entire game, but to be this open and not come down with it, I'm going to have to set a reminder. Next year at TEU, we're going to have to bring out some jugs machines.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Vikings first down. A gain of 15. And the Vikings first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
The defense saves the touchdown, but a terrific run. It'll be 1st and goal inside the 10. A big play for Minnesota. 45 yards.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Wow, I mean, he's going to be disappointed he wasn't able to take that all the way, but that's still a heck of a run. In the end, after a good tackle to save the touchdown, they're still going to be set up with 1st and goal.
They'll put Addison in motion. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He'll step up and run this.
McCarthy on the scramble. The tackle by Moro Ajomo. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Eagles' 4-yard line.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Now McCarthy.
Coming into the game, this is something defensively McCarthy. This quarterback gets a chance and he sees some daylight. He's going to try to take it in on his own, but not in this case. They were quick to react, stop him short. Now brings up 3rd and goal.
Trying to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Mason, and he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force 4th down.
This is a play, Mike, that makes me want to run down there, throw on a uniform, and try to help out. I mean, I think at this point, I could help clear enough room to get 1 yard. Heck, I might be able to get 1 yard myself. That's disappointing that they're unable to capitalize.
On 4th down, it's Will Reichard time for this Viking field goal. Reichard's kick is good, and the Vikings are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 59 at quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win,
the pressure, too much, and he goes down. Jalen Redmond in there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for an Eagles first down.
Well, you can kind of sense this defense smells blood in the water. They're able to get to the quarterback on the previous down and thinking, heck, let's do it again. Great timing on this screenplay by the play caller. Use the aggressiveness of the defense against them. Time up this.
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
What did this defensive play caller tell us all week, Mike? They wanted to come out and set the tone of this game, dictate the terms of how this game would be played, and man, through the first drive here, boy, have they ever.
Second down throw for Hurts. Find his receiver, Johnny Wilson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Third and 11. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Vikings offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. In motion, it's Jefferson. Look at play action here with McCarthy. Open man downfield, it's Addison. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On play action, here's McCarthy. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Nolan Smith in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
On second down, here's McCarthy. This defense pinning their ears back, coming to get him again. Zach Long getting in for the sack, and now it's going to be 3rd and a mile.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Ty Felton, the intended receiver that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
On the return, it's Covey. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense ready to take over for their second possession. On first down, it's Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Wisely going to slide after he's picked up the first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
play action. He'll set up to throw. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
It's just so hard to get any confident running your own system and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
On second down, Hurts. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Third and long for Hurts. He's good to hook up there to Cooper. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on third down, but what they call third and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert third downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Vikings' 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 9. Cooper going in motion. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll be 3rd down.
To go.
Shotgun snap now to Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots, even though they weren't able to connect. It's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
The Vikings offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. A run. And here's Mason. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
Tackle at the 25-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. To throw is McCarthy. In trouble, and down he goes.
Of 8 yards, and it's 3 and out.
One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Vikings with the edge. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Here's Ryan right now as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. The fair catch here. Called for beyond the 30-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, they've punted twice, looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. How about that? Quick feet there. Made a man miss on his way to a nice pickup of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Philadelphia.
That's good for an Eagles.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one. And they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
Hurts looking to throw on first down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Turn up. Turn up.
Hurts to throw. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10.
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that 3rd down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the first down.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
17 more yards.
First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
First and 10.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And that'll be a pickup of 3.
The 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. Hurts working in the pistol. That is Josh Metellus, the safety. Gets in there and brings them down.
We're not even at halftime yet, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has completely taken over the game. It's just sack after sack after sack. This is going to be a long day for this offensive group if the O-line doesn't figure something out here in a hurry.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing is Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
is one of those cases, Mike, where the play caller understands, I got 3 points in my back pocket. There's no need here to be conservative. Let's keep this drive alive and see if we can come away with a touchdown. But instead of just trying to pick up the first down, they go for the big one, and it's a perfect throw, great catch, and they come away with 6.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles move out to a 7-3 lead.
Eagles 7, Vikings 3.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense make their way out to take over once more. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Initially, when the quarterback looked his tight end's way, I thought he had a chance for a big pickup. He had nice separation there early. But let's give credit to the defense. They were able to rally quickly to the ball and keep that from being an even bigger game.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
I think now we're starting to see this defense start to make some adjustments. We saw him give up a few plays earlier in the game, especially to this back. So he's someone they have to understand. He's not just going to hurt you on the ground. He also is a threat in the passing game. So nice job there making some adjustments on the back end, and they forced the incomplete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. Big-time play for Philly, and even 30 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
A first down throw for Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley, and this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
First and 10.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looks like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever, you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's got it inside the 5. And he's in! Britton Covey. Touchdown, Eagles.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles extend their advantage to 14-3.
Eagles 14, Vikings 3.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. McCarthy to the left side here. Caught by Addison. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Everyone always assumes that you only want to run drag routes or crossing routes just underneath like mesh concepts against man coverage, but so often they're equally as effective against the zone. All it takes is one of those underneath man defenders to latch on to the wrong route, and all of a sudden there is a lot of room, not only for the completion, but for yards after the catch.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. the bootleg. It's McCarthy. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the ground is Mason. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They'll have the first down. It's a gain of 28.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Minnesota.
From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. Looking to get that wide receiver screen set up, but this one will not work. It's incomplete.
Let's give credit to that pass rush for making their presence felt, and although it didn't result in a sack, it's the disruption of the timing that's just enough to force that incompletion.
On second down, here's McCarthy. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver, and incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. Now it's going to be third down.
Well, it's no secret to anybody who follows this league. This is one of the elite playmakers in the entire NFL. So he put one high, thinking his guy would go up there and get it. We've seen him do it so many times before, but just puts a little too much on it and ends up sailing over his head.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
It's fourth down. Will Reichard on for the Vikings field goal. A 22-yard
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. So they send in Will Reichard for this field goal try. This is about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good.
Personal foul.
And the Vikings
Roughing the
cut
kicker.
the lead to 4. It's 10-6. So a big mistake there. Roughing call on the field goal try. It
Automatic
gives
first
them
down.
an automatic first down. To throw, it's McCarthy. Pushed out to his left. And he will take this one across into the end zone. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Reichard. He gets it to go. And the Vikings are back within 4. It is 14-10.
Vikings 10.
Riker it out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He runs with it, and he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Is complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they are into field goal range at the 27.
15 more yards. That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
Incomplete. Ivan Pace on the coverage.
Second and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Now he'll run it. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down. Here's the timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. So, not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. To throw, Hurts. There he goes again. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
Really impressive way to close out this first half. I mean, you think about it, Mike, they come away with points. They leave virtually no time remaining for their opponent to possess the ball. And on top of that, they get the ball first coming out of the break, so they'll get a chance here to double up points if they can have a good opening possession of the second half.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw is McCarthy. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one, likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Hurts. He's going to run it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the
Mike, anytime you're
48-yard
preparing
line.
to play a quarterback like this, the defense has to be prepared to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, we can see clearly why he is such a threat with his legs.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
That's good.
Big-time play with Hurts and Brown. It's a gain of 34.
15-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Now Barkley, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Harrison Smith on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Really nice coverage there defensively, and here you find yourself in a 1-score game. Mike, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away, snap it again.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Moving left, taking off. He'll try to get there.
And that was really well defended along the back end, Mike. And with nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
On 4th down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will extend their 3rd quarter lead. And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Mason. Room to run at the 35. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
One of the key factors for having success in the run game, Mike, is winning at the point of attack. And what that means is every play, the linemen and all the blockers, they understand where the back is going to start and then where the back could end up. And having a good understanding of that and how it pertains to the defense is how you gain your advantage to have big plays like this.
39-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He's going to air this one out. That is brought in. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. He'll step up and run, and he's going to slide down with the first down inside the 5. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
And he's in. Jordan Addison, touchdown Vikings.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Riker now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Vikings are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
17.
Riker out now, following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Here is Shipley on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
1st and 10 at the
Just a really good
line.
play design, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
10 yards.
That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
At the 40-yard line.
Going to fire this one out to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field. And let's see what caused it. That's on the former All-Pro Lane Johnson.
Still first down.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. Oh, yeah. Good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Intended for Dallas.
Yeah, so this just really comes down to really good defense. You can tell the quarterback's trying to target something downfield, and when they take that away, typically there's something underneath, but they had all levels of the coverage accounted for, and that was a really nice job.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He takes off.
Jalen Hurts on the scramble. He's brought down at the 31. A 9-yard gain on the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. They'll try to sneak it here. Oh, he's trying to get low. Push forward. I don't think he got there. He did not. He is short. And they've turned it over on downs.
The key to any good quarterback sneak starts with the surge and the push of the offensive line. From there, can the quarterback find a seam? Can he find a little gap and drive his legs? In this case, give credit to the defensive line. They held their ground, they got a good push back, and they were able to come up with a huge stop on fourth down.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now McCarthy. Whoa! And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
Here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And it's going to be 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more.
Their own 26-yard line.
Begin with a zone read. The defense not biting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley.
Complete to Saquon Barkley. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Here's Hurts. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of
A pickup of 21 on that connection. First down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
He'll get this ahead for about 3. Byron Murphy there on the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Barkley. Has some room inside the 30. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. It is 2nd and 9. That is caught out wide on the RPO. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Man, what a big-time play, corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
3rd down. Here's Hurts out of the gun. Left side. It's caught by Brown. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time. And he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Makes the score Eagles 23, Vikings 17.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Price now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Play action now. It's McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable and just line up and snap it again.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. Jalen Carter. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long.
You know, we can sit up here all day long and critique the quarterback, and you can see his eyes aren't downfield. He's a little jittery in the pocket. But with the amount he's been sacked and hit today, Mike, I can't say I really blame him.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Now, screen set up for Mason. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on 3rd down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. Nice to the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
21 yards.
A gain there of 21. First down, Philadelphia.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
The best running backs, Mike, they have a really good balance between executing the play that's designed, but then every so often they just have to trust their instincts, and sometimes that's the best plays. That's where the big home run shots come from, and when you have a talented back, you want to give them that freedom.
On 2nd down, Bigsby. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Barkley. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the 2-point conversion.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Now they'll set up to throw. That'll be caught. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The bootleg. It's McCarthy. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A short one taken by Hawkinson. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's third down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. It's a gain of 12 there. It'll be a Vikings first down.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Vikings first down. A gain of 12. And the Vikings first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If that was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with that.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a first down.
A gain of 14.
Nice combination of vision, patience, and speed by the running back here. The vision to see the hole, the patience to let the blocks unfold, and then the speed to hit it and pick up a nice gain.
That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
First down, Minnesota.
On the ground is Mason, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
At the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. First carry now for Ty Chandler. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And he is going to have a Vikings first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
A run. And here's Mason. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. He keeps it himself, and he will score! Game on! J.J. McCarthy, touchdown Minnesota. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Will Riker now on for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. go. Things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Hurts. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Johnny Wilson. Incomplete. Harrison Smith on the coverage.
Third down and 9. That's Goddard in motion. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. He'll try to run for it. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the first down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota, and he powers his way forward, doing it on the ground inside the 40, a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd
and he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike, and they came into the game saying we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Now it's 2nd and 1. They'll run it here with Saquon. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Man in motion is Smith. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. They get 22 yards there. Good for an Eagles first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5. Victory
formation here. as he's down to a knee. So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchdown. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. A ball deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, and this one will come to an end. So it's a win here for the Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.